How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with beer number 3 of 3 from 8-Bit Brewing Company. This be their Lost to Light. Yeah, this is a sour IPA coming at 7.7% alcohol by volume. Canned almost exactly a month ago. Yeah, and comes courtesy, my boy Rick from Michigan Way. He sent a bunch of beers off. Some Michigan-based beers, some mystery beers, and a bit of 8-Bit Brewing. And I'm kind of intrigued about this because, of the 3 beers I've had from these guys, are quite nice. But this one has me ultra intrigued. Why, might you say? That, my friends, is clear. It is clear sour IPA, which is kind of interesting. When I poured it, as clear could be. Beer-wise, I don't think they say much about the beer other than the title. Label-wise, it's a really cool label, to be honest with you. They're kind of taking a lot of their nods from a lot of video games, but this one is a little bit more kind of surreal. Something about it I dig quite a bit. As far as that beer goes, it legitimately looks like carbonated fruit juice. It doesn't have that turbid, kind of hazy, kind of Jamba Juicy kind of smoothie thing going on. It is pretty darn clear for one of these sour IPAs, so I'm pretty intrigued. Strawberry quick head, rich red fruitish raspberry kind of glow to it. Let's get a nose. Yeah, an earthy kind of raspberry cranberry. I'm getting a big cranberry component off of this. They give you any hints in this, okay? Blueberry and El Dorado is the combination here as far as fruit and hops. It comes off way more vibrant of a berry than blueberry, at least in the nose. When I can get down with those blueberry vibes, but it's more of a tart blueberry vibe, kind of makes sense for the sour IPA side of things. And there's a soft bitterness in there. Soft, kind of earthy, slightly piney. Nothing too aggressive kind of bitterness. That's your El Dorado coming through. El Dorado a lot of times smells a little bit kind of like a rye spiciness to me, and that's the way the hops kind of coming off. At least on the nose. Very organically tart blueberry raspberry kind of vibe when it comes to this. So it smells like one of those kind of fruit forward hoppy beers that tend to lean a little bit more kind of organic, old school, not super lactosey vanilla or anything like that. So yeah, old school sour fruited IPA, because those things exist. Jesus Christ. Just dive in. Cheers. Wow. It's tart. It's tart. That is very tart. And I think almost all this tartness is coming from that fruit juice. I just wasn't prepared for that level of tartness, so it kind of caught me off guard. But it's third or fourth sip, I'll have acclimated to it. You're telling me there's no cranberry in this? I'm calling pshaw. I ain't saying you are crazy, son. So it really does come off as a cranberry heavy, other berry kind of influenced kind of beer. And I dig it though. I'm usually not a big fan of cranberry, but it hits me just right. The way this one kind of did with that tartness. I like that tartness. I love that tartness of cranberry juice, and when I'm in a specific mood. I'm never oh, I want to drink cranberry juice all the time. But every now and then I get an urge for it. And apparently I get urges for it when I don't even realize I have an urge for it, because I drank this now all I want to drink is cranberry juice. So yeah, that puckering, tart kind of cranberry leaning into that blueberry, which kind of, you can get that kind of blueberry time, that tartness sometimes with blueberries, because you don't even get the semi-sweet, the sweet blueberries. Every now and then you get one of those sour, tartish kind of blueberries. And that's where this one kind of leans into. I wouldn't call this an IPA in any stretch of the imagination, sour or otherwise. There's a soft bittering kind of fluttering on the edges of it, but there's really nothing there to kind of make me think that. To me, this comes off as more of a one of those new school fruit smoothie beers without the lactose and want that turbidity to it, because it is really just fruit forward, and that's what I mean. Not necessarily associated with those other beers, but talk about how it's just so much fruit forward that is fruit juice first, beer second. But I like it. It's quite nice. now that I've acclimated to tartness, it's still there, aggressive enough to kind of wow me, while at the same time not overpowering like the first sip. The first sip was overpowering in a fun way, in a way that I didn't know was coming. So that was kind of cool. And then that's pretty much it, honestly. Carbonation from the beers there. There's a little soft, grainy maltiness to it. And like I said, there's a echo of a little bit of kind of bittering hops in there. But they're very, very small compared to the way the fruit juice kind of comes off. So it's, 35% cranberry juice, 10% or 20% blueberry, maybe 20% kind of raspberry kind of vibes to it. And a little bit of beer vibes and then very minimal hops. I like it. Do I like it as a beer? Not necessarily. I like it as a aggressive kind of fun kind of beverage. Absolutely, it's a fun beer. I shouldn't say that because I just said it's not that. It's a fun beverage, not a fun beer. But it's made by a beer company through the same process, so we'll call it beer. So yeah, I mean, not overly complex, not pulling a bunch of stuff out that is like unique or groundbreaking when it comes to just beer in general. Just tasty. And tasty does not suck. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better fruit-forward beers that I've had. Is like, we'll put it in a conversation. I mean, it's not Mount Rushmore status. I like the explosiveness and how organic the way the juiciness comes off from the actual juices of the fruitiness. And but other than that, it's really missing the components to kind of drive it home as something that's otherworldly beer-wise. Value and availability, no idea. Rick, let me know it's what and leave you with. If you like what, will you like this beer? If you like fruit juice, if you like cranberry juice, if you like blueberry cranberry juice, and you like fruit juice, you will like this beer. So there you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there, if you want to talk about it, Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massif. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little 8-bit right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.